Sup gamers, Rainy Potato here to announce the first DLC for Darkest Dungeon 2, releasing in December of this year. This update will include 2 new heroes, a brand new hero, and the returning hero Crusader, who is obviously a fan favorite and has basically become a meme. Now the memes have become dreams because the Crusader is back. Let's take a look at the very quick announcement trailer. Not a lot of information here. We can get a good look at these 2 heroes. Looks absolutely great. 2 sword-based heroes, that's why it's called the Binding Blade. Crusader looks absolutely jacked. Absolutely jacked. Binding Blade, coming December. Obviously, this is a DLC. This is a first ever DLC. Here's just a screenshot. New hero. You can obviously see. We can obviously see the new mechanics. The new icons look great, by the way. They obviously have some sort of new special token. The first 2 new release characters, the Vestal and the Flagellant, both came with special mechanics beyond what any of the regular heroes came. So expected the same of whichever new hero we got. Looks like we have some sort of token. I'm guessing some sort of melee direct damage. So not a back row is what I'm guessing. We'll see we'll obviously read the details. Obviously there's great looking character. I mean, everything in this game looks great, so not much to say there. There's our first look at the new Crusader. Looks absolutely buff. Absolutely buff. All right, so let's go ahead and read. We've got 2 new playable heroes, the Duelist and the Crusader. Both new heroes are complete with unique trinkets, signature items, fully voiced backstories, including playable flashback encounters. So like Red Hook has said, they're not going to add any more characters like the Bounty Hunter. Every character is going to be full. So, and with paths, this is basically 6 to 8 characters, depending on how good Wanderer is. So, like I said, heroes in this game are much more impactful than heroes in Darkest Dungeon 1. They also have extra skills, of course. Plus, you have lore. New roaming mini-boss, the Warlord. I assume this will have some connection to Duelist and Crusader, but hopefully it's available to fight anytime and not like Death. I mean, Death was pretty cool, so if there's another Death that impacts these 2 heroes, I'm okay with that. But, you know, I like more of everything. Then we have the Duelist. The Duelist is a disciplined and deadly combatant who can tactically switch between defensive and aggressive stances. So, like I said, I assume this is their unique mechanic. Just like Conviction and what does Flagellant have? I guess they just have the thing. So, switching between stances is kind of interesting. The idea of, you know, you can play defensively sometimes, and then sometimes you're just a DPS. Like I said, I assume she's a DPS, a direct damage dealer, not a daughter or, you know, something else. Formidable presence in any lineup. She's able to ignore enemy defenses. This is very, very important for the game. Direct damage suffers right now because of lack of ways to get through block, which is present at a lot of the bosses. Just think about it. Act 2, Act 3, if you run a tank with block, like a Man-at-Arms or Carcass Hellion, or Withstand with Leper, you know, Act 3 is going to have block, and Act 4 has a block stage. Does Act 5 have block? I don't... So yeah, getting through block is important. Hopefully she's also ignoring dodge on some level as well. That'll just make direct damage much stronger. It's very weak versus dots right now. Hopefully this makes up for it. And strike back with Riposte. Riposte is interesting because it's very powerful, obviously. It's strongest on Man-at-Arms because he has taunt, so we'll see if she has some sort of taunt with her riposte. That's sort of what makes Dismas a little bit weaker in this game, is you don't have taunt. So, and the pads don't line up correctly, so we'll see if she has pads that help her post out a little bit more than with Dismas. Her pursuit of perfection means she will demand the best of her team and command them to victory by wiping out cooldowns and providing both offensive and defensive buffs. This is huge. Another hero that does, debuffs and buffs are not great in this game. We'll see if they implement them better here, implement them stronger. I assume this has something to do with her defensive and aggressive stances. Ideally, as a buffer, she would be able to operate out of the back row as well. We need a back row hero. It doesn't sound like she's a back row hero or like a back row specialist like, say, the Musketeer would have been. But we'll see how she plays. Duelist is able to move between ranks with ease. Okay. Attacking from both front ranks and back ranks. So a dancer, similar to Grave Robber, Nightsworn Grave Robber. We don't have a lot of dancers currently. I guess Man-at-Arms, Dismas. But dancing isn't really the best thing. I guess Jester too. I don't prefer dancing, but we'll see if she makes dancing teams a bit better. Having another dancer, a much stronger dancer, would make the Croc a lot better as an option. The Croc's already a pretty decent hero, or pet. We'll see if this makes it a little bit stronger, if dance teams are less of a niche thing and more of, a legitimately strong direct damage type comp. I'm already envisioning, Nightsworn Duelist, maybe with a Jester thrown in there. Maybe Flagellant is the healer. Could be interesting. Or Occultist now can be a healer, front row healer. And of course, the Crusader has returned. Battle-Hardened Knight is fueled by a radiant holy fire and will smite his foes where they stand. The Crusader is a well-rounded front-rank hero who can withstand punishing blows, support his team with healing and stress recovery, and rend his opponents with his righteous blade. So, front row hero. Obviously, the Crusader is what everyone wanted. Everyone got the Crusader. Your memes have become dreams. I don't know how another front row hero is going to work. There are a lot of front row heroes already. So it'll be a bit crowded. Obviously, we'll find room for him. We'll see if he can dance at all. Remember, in Darkest Dungeon 1, the Crusader had Holy Lance that could move him up. He could also do stress recovery. Hopefully he has some stress healing because... Oh, support his team with healing and stress recovery, right. I just skipped over that. So yeah, in the first game he had a weak heal and stress recovery. My guess is, just like the Plague Doctor became an elite healer, just by the nature of this, the Crusader will become a decent front row hero. So looking back again at the dancing team, Duelist, Jester, Nightsworn Grave Robber, and then front row Crusader as a healer and a tank. Healer and tank combo is very good. Obviously, we have that with Flag as well. Flagellant's a little different to play around. And stress recovery is also very, very interesting. That means we could also dump Jester for something like Runaway, who could dance with Dragonfly, or Dismas doing dancing stuff. Although, like I said, he doesn't really have a path that benefits from dancing. So more healing and stress recovery is very, very good, especially in tank form. Like I said, you have Flagellant as the front row tank and healer. Occultist can play front row and heal, but isn't really a tank. I guess Aspirant. But you also, this is, rank 1. Flagellant is also not great in rank 1, depending on the path. You'd rather have him in rank 2 in 2, ideally. So a rank 1 tank and healer sounds very good to me. I'm just thinking about the game as a whole and not just, oh, cool, new enemies. Now, how do I feel about this overall update? How do I feel about a DLC? Well, like I said, the heroes are a big deal in this game. They have there's a lot of work done, obviously, with the animations, with the backstories, the hero shrines. You have 11 skills. You have the path system. You have the trinkets, the signature items. So for 2 new heroes plus a mini boss, this is perfectly reasonable as a DLC. My nitpick is we still don't have mod support and a few other things that they should have released on 1.0, and getting a DLC before, you know, some of those more quality of life things that the game needs, and other, you know, the longevity of the game, more late game stuff to do, which has been a common complaint. Getting a DLC before that. I'm assuming now it may also come with a patch. I assume it'll come with some sort of patch. We don't know how much. Now we know why they're not doing a balance patch, which is what a lot of people have been asking for, an overall balance patch. They want to get these new heroes out and see how they interact. I assume next year is when we'll get a more in-depth balance patch. I expect some sort of patch to accompany this DLC. So overall, it depends how they price the DLC, obviously, but like I said, 2 new heroes. This is a lot of playtime between the hero shrines, between so many different combos you can do now. This is a very interesting concept. This is not what I would, you know, most of us for a new hero wanted some rank 4 damage. It looks like she'll have some playability in rank 4, but will be more of a dancer. But that will also open up a lot more interesting combos. So overall, this is obviously an incredible update. This is the most content probably we've gotten at once. Maybe save for 1.0 had 1 hero and some other new stuff. And, you know, we got the new region and the new boss with the update long ago with the shroud. But 1 mini boss, 2 heroes. I'd say this is A+. I'm really excited for Darkest Dungeon 2 to kind of get rejuvenated, because obviously things have been very slow lately. And I hope you guys are here for December. Like I said, we're going to keep doing our normal schedule. We're going to be doing modded stuff. Once this update drops, we will return to a full-time daily schedule, including streams. So look out for that. And if you're not already subscribed, subscribe for more Darkest Dungeon 2 content. And thank you all for watching, and goodbye.